George, you said George W. Bush didn't do a Freudian slip. He did a Freudian confession. Yeah, that was quite stunning to hear.
Beautiful.
And cleansing for you and I.
He tried to, well, listen, I mean, my favorite, you know what relaxes me in this day and age? Getting liberals and progressives and Democrats and moderates and, just anti-evil people to debate who really was the worst president, Bush or Trump. We don't have to get angry about this. There's so much evidence on both sides. Either way.
I know where my vote is, but go ahead.
Well, the two worst presidents of the last 80 years are the last two Republican presidents.
Yes.
We can all agree on that.
Well,
and you can all depend, like Trump had a higher body count of Americans, but Bush had a higher body count of humans, if you consider Iraqis to be human beings. So we could do it all day, but to see Bush actually admit it, and then try to shrug it off with his little petulant little rich kid, hey, I'm 75, his little senior moment.
Yeah.
Thank God, for reminding us that Trump's worst achievement was making Bush look like a good guy.
Yeah, you did make a good case on Twitter. You said if you count Iraqi people as people, thank you. W was much worse president, housing crash, Wall Street crash, etc. Trump was worse for American democracy. George W. Bush had a much higher direct body count. That's a fair point. You said when George W. Bush lied us into war, gave away the surplus to millionaires, legalized torture, crashed the markets, botched Katrina, while having 2 wars off the books, right-wing guys called his critics un-American, but calling out Trump's 1-6 terrorist now makes him a scumbag. This is exactly what's happened to the GOP in America. Thank you, John Fugelsang.
Jeffrey, there is no group easier to mentally manipulate than right-wing white men. And we spent years warning these guys about Bush Cheney, and then we were proven right, and they hated us more. And then Trump comes along and says exactly what we said for years, that they lied you into war, it was all a disaster. And now all the right-wing white guys that hated us when we told them the truth hate Bush and Cheney because Trump gave them permission. My God, it's a cult.
Yeah.
It's a cult, and that's why we have to just get people to vote. Everybody's got to get 10 people to promise they'll get 10 people.
Yep.
I had a caller from Georgia drop the N-word on my show the other night talking about Obama. These racists are all showing up.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Brian Tyler Cohen said the House votes in favor of a bill ensuring access to baby formula for low-income women, blah, blah, blah. All the no votes were Republican. And you said, hey, it's that party of love and kindness poor Elon was just telling me all about. Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what is going on with Elon Musk, but have you ever offered anyone a horse for a handsy? I'm just going to ask it. I'm just going to ask.
You know, he makes me ashamed to be an apartheid millionaire at birth with hair plugs. He really does. It's just awful. I mean, what kind of a petulant narcissist? Of course he's going to vote Republican now. Wow. Yeah. Who would have known that his spiritual journey would end up with him voting to cut his own taxes?
Yeah. I mean, this just in the last, how long, Travis? I don't know, a couple of days, Republicans have voted against helping people with baby formula. Not gouging at the gas, pump, and also
they don't want to
domestic national security in terms of domestic terrorism that happened in Buffalo. Yeah.
Yes, because they believe in nothing. Everything they say, they don't mean. And they know that their voters are not going to be watching news that tells them how they vote. So you can't go by anything they say. You've just got to go by how they vote. Oh, they also voted against more aid for Ukraine. Some of them, like Rand Paul, et cetera. I mean, they talk about freedom. They don't mean any of it. They have no ideology. This is what we're up against now. Republicanism, conservatism now, it means owning the libs and blind obedience to a reality TV show racist clown.
They are un-American. They are un-American. They are deeply un-American. We have to just keep saying it. They are trying to hurt Americans actively to help themselves in November so they can blame Biden.
That's why I use the Bible so much, because I'm in the taking away the camouflage business, and that's what they do. They're spiritual camouflage, pretending to be Christian. Ron DeSantis pretending to be Christian. And I don't mean to, bore everybody talking tabernacles, but it's like they're going to do anything, wrap themselves in the flag or the Bible or babies, and they don't care about any of these things. They care about votes. They care about rewarding their donors. Look at Madison Cawthorn. They just dropped him like a fetus that just came out of its mother's body, and they don't care anymore.
Oh, dear. And we end on dark MAGA. All right. And you know what? There's one thing that could save democracy, and that would be the Sexy Liberal Save Democracy Tour.
Yep.
What? Yeah. October 22nd, right before the midterms. That would be the last Saturday, because we're not going to mess with Halloween, because that's dark MAGA. I'm just saying. October 22nd. All the Sexy Liberals with who knows what special celebrity guests, but get your tickets now. SexyLiberal.com.